So without further ado, let's go ahead and bring Leigh on to the broadcast. Leigh Goldstein of 10 Minute Traders. Good morning, Leigh. How you doing?
Hey, good morning. Good morning. I better be interesting. You guys have really put the pressure on me.
Well, let's go ahead and just piggyback off of what we were talking about this week with Apple and how that moved the sentiment of the market. And are there any other names that are, I guess Tesla would kind of be on that, kind of have that kind of sway that you could take advantage of a whole index moving?
Yeah, so what we do is very different, and it might even be a little bit different than the way you're thinking about what we do. So
Okay.
we devised this methodology of trading futures, studying the stocks that move the futures, the stock earnings. We originally started just with the FANG stocks, Facebook, Apple, Netflix,
Hmm.
Google, Amazon. And we just noticed when we were trading futures at the end of the day that the markets were moving really intensely during the earnings period. That's how we discovered all this. But so we're not so much analyzing the markets, we're analyzing a very tight portion of the market that's almost limited to the exact moment those earnings are being released. So we don't spend our time. We're totally different than the way you are analyzing the markets. I'm not looking at Elliott Wave. I'm not saying you are, don't take me wrong, but I'm not analyzing the S&P. I'm not getting up in the morning and wondering, is the market going to be up or down? It doesn't matter to us. We are taking these very tiny periods in time and trading the volatility equals opportunity in those short periods. We study movement of events, probabilities of that movement. Excuse me, my granddaughter's got me a cold here. And So I don't really care that much about if the market went up today or if it goes down tomorrow. But what I care about is what's Apple going to do? Are they going to move the NQ futures, which is what I'm trading, and are they going to move it in a way that's going to allow me to capitalize on that movement, make some money on it? And of course, teach our members how to do it. That's the key is the member. We want them to make the money. I don't care if I make the money really, because my job is to show them how to do what I do. Obviously, we want to make money, but and Apple was beautiful. And AJ, we also talked about Microsoft and Meta, and we talked just briefly because they were trading at the exact same time. That creates problems for us because if you have two major companies and they're both releasing their earnings simultaneously, what's that going to do to the market? It might create a whipsaw in the
Mm.
price because remember, we're day trading. I'm not a swing trader. I'm looking at opportunity at that moment. So we would absolutely be day trading the market as safely as possible, though, even though it's risky, but we want to do it as safely as possible. Our software comes into play there. We have software to help us. And if you like, I'll show you the Apple trade. Apple is very clear. I was going to show you the Meta and the Microsoft. I will say very honestly, full transparency, we made money on both of those trades. But I'll show you Apple because the story's better. We've been trading Apple for years, and Apple's been not very nice to us over the past 2 years, year and a half. We have not been making money on Apple earnings because the price hasn't moved well. So here's what happened yesterday. And we joked in the room how Apple owes us. And right at the exact moment is when we trade the earnings. So here's our software. You're looking at the Ninja Trader platform. Very briefly, I'll just go through the tools real quickly that we use. Thinkorswim news feed, TradingView free, just to look at the stock price. And Ninja Trader is the big screen with the red candle and the buy order. That's our software creating those orders. I'm going to turn the video on. Apple just released their earnings. Boom, my trade's over. And I made $840 on that Apple trade yesterday. No joke. And you can trade it in a prop account if you want to. So you can trade it cash money if you have a cash account. You could trade it prop account, trying to trade other people's money. And virtually anyone that traded Apple with us, if they got filled, they made money. I had one member, he didn't get filled. It was too fast of a move. Sometimes that'll happen.
Happens a lot. AJ, do you have any? I have a couple questions. Do you have any questions on what you were seeing there?
No, it seems quite interesting. He's doing kind of the same thing we were talking about with that calendar spread, where he's taking advantage of the change in the, volatility, the change in the, user want of these futures ahead of and after earnings. It's kind of cool.